All right, let's move on to part two. Let's make this more relevant for the 2020 election. And let's really get to the heart of the matter, which is where should these candidates spend their money based on geographic market segmentation? So, as we look at now our third website down, which is going to be the advertising strategy and spending in the toss up states, click on that right there. And as I mentioned before, now this website comes from CNN, which I don't think there's any probably doubt that it's a left-leaning, a more Democrat-leaning website, network, etc. However, this article is pretty strictly factual about where they're spending money. So you come down here and it talks to several paragraphs about who's spending where and the importance, just kind of what we covered in the first part of the video. But this is the graphic that I want to get to. According to this website, and this is different from the first website we looked at, there are 10 battleground states. And those 10 battleground states are Arizona, Florida, Georgia, Michigan, Minnesota, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Texas, and Wisconsin. Now, again, you can go to any other website and get different opinions on whether those are battleground states or not. But we'll use this as our kind of our resource. And what you look at here is the amount of spending by each candidate. What's really interesting, out of the 10 states that are listed here, Joe Biden spends more in 5 of the states, and Donald Trump spends more in the 5 other states. So it's obvious, and I don't think it's, of course, hasn't gone without their notice that these are important states, and they're kind of picking and choosing through a variety of factors about where to spend their marketing dollars. What we're going to go to here for your assignment is there's the cool website called Map Charts. And you guys, teachers, if you want to pause the video, or students, if you're watching this on your own, you might want to pause it here and click on Map Charts so the students can dial this up and be listening as they look. So here's what Map Charts looks like. It's a very cool website that you can use down the road, not only in this class, but really in any other class. And you can get maps of any region, any part of the world, really. And I chose the United States, and I chose to divide it up by states, which I think was our default as our link here. So I'll click on that again. Here's what I want you to do today. This is really quite simple. We're not gonna map every state. I mean, we can obviously go to a website for that and see what color. We saw that on the very first website. What I'm gonna have you do, though, is just gonna color code the 10 states that we are looking at on this website. So what I want you to do is not only consider who is outspending who, but is it a significant margin by which they're outspending? And here's the rule I'm going to use, and this is just a Mr. Buell rule, is that if they're more than double, then that's a significant outspending. If it's not more than double, then it's kind of an even comparison. So for example, Arizona, Biden spends more than Trump, but it's relatively close. Florida, kind of the same thing. But you get down to Georgia, and they don't spend as much here, but Trump outspends Biden by 9 times as much, 10 times as much. But Michigan's the exact opposite. Michigan, Biden doubles up on Trump's spending. So here's what I want you to do. We're going to go and we're going to make a key. And we're going to use 4 different colors in this key. And I'll give you an example of a couple, and then you can go from there. So the first state that I'm going to choose is I'm going to choose to do Arizona, okay? And Arizona is Biden outspending Trump, but not by that much. So what I'm going to do, it's a blue state, and Democrat is always represented by blues. I'm going to pick a lighter blue shade. Now you can pick whatever you want. You can even make them different colors if you want, but I'm going to stick with the traditional political colors of blue and red. I'm going to make that one blue. And so I'm making it a lighter shade of blue, and the reason why is because in this state of Arizona, Biden outspends Trump, but not by that much. So we're going to go down to Arizona, and we're going to put our color in right there. And that label, I'm going to say, is Biden outspends Trump. Okay? So Arizona's done. That's all we need. And let me show you one other example here, and then I'll let you guys finish it off using these 2 charts. Michigan is the same thing, where Biden outspends Trump, but this time it's a significant amount. He more than doubles Donald Trump in this state. So we're going to go, and I'm going to pick a dark blue here. So I'm going to go over to the edge here and pick that one. And I'm going to go up to Michigan, and I'm going to make that a darker blue. And so when this comes up, this is why I like this website. It's so simple. It prepares the label for you. I'm going to say Biden spends double of Trump. And I don't know, you could come up with a more or less clumsy way of saying that, but I'm doing that on the fly here. So there's our Michigan. Now, when you go to a Trump state, and I'll make this my last one, let's take Georgia. Georgia, Trump outspends Biden by 10 times, as we mentioned earlier. So on that one, I'm going to pick a dark, dark red because it's such a significant. The darker it is, the bigger the difference in their spending. And I'm going to throw that in Georgia, and I'm going to write Trump spends double of Biden, like that. Okay. Now, you're going to go through all 10 states. I would just use 4 colors: a dark blue, a light blue, a dark red, and a light red. And you can, so each state will have one of those 4 colors in it. When you get all done, you can preview the map. Okay, right here. And then there's a number of ways that you can do this. You can mess around. You can download the map. Look at how it makes a nice key over here. And so I'm going to expect you, and your teachers will expect you to have a map with 10 shades, 10 shaded states, and there should be probably 4 different portions to your key. And then you're going to download that map, screenshot it, whatever it takes. I'll leave that up to you guys to get that map as an entry onto Canvas as part of the assignment. Okay, so that I'm going to wrap up part 2 here, so then you can go complete that map right now. Okay.